Presenting the Northwest Bank Wildcat News with Bolt News Director Alex Solsma.
Welcome to Wildcat News here on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. And this morning, my guest is Deb Miller, Humboldt High School art instructor. We are going to be previewing the North Central Conference Art Show, which is this Friday in Hampton. Deb, thanks for coming into our studios this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to showcase kids. It's awesome.
No problem. It's always my pleasure to have you in here every year to talk about this art show. 15 students from the Humboldt High School will be featured in this art show, but to get down to those 15 pieces of art, I know was a pretty tough process.
Yeah, it is. I can't decide. It's too hard for me, and I want the judges to come in and be totally objective. So I have whoever wants to enter can. They have to be, obviously, a student in an art class. And in the last calendar year, they can bring in work. So I had this year 65 projects, and I have judges come in and pick 15. So, yeah, it was kind of a hard task.
And once those 5 judges narrowed it down to those 15 pieces of art, what will be showcased representing Humboldt at the North Central Conference?
So may I say their names?
Absolutely.
And what they're bringing? Okay, Taylor Allen is submitting a hawk, and it's a really cool piece with paint and book pages. It looks very textured, and it's all in sepia colors. Sadie Carver is entering a charcoal of an elephant. It's beautifully rendered. Kate Curran is doing an amazing owl out of paper mache, and she's added pieces of hardware onto it to add texture. Kate Daisy is submitting a clay giraffe, kind of a minimal sculpture, very successful. Carly Downing has a beautiful acrylic painting of a soldier, actually a soldier's uniform. Sam Ferry is submitting a wire sculpture. It's a tree. Hannah Halverson is a beautiful ceramic vessel with colored leaves. It just looks like leaves are falling onto the vessel. It's beautiful. Alex Kirchhoff has an encaustic of a black cat. It's stunning. Alyssa Nearing, a flower triptych. Brittany Nillis, a Ferris wheel. Jenna Rasmussen, a flamingo paper mache. It's lots of fun. Vanessa Scow, also a ceramic vessel with leaves. Sam Seafried is a lion encaustic. And what an encaustic is you paint with hot wax, and it's really, with lots of colors, it's really a fun project to do. Alex Warden is submitting a beautiful oil painting of a fox, and Morgan Whiter is submitting a flag. It's a beautiful acrylic painting of a row of flags at her family's hometown on 4th of July. It's beautiful.
I always love the variety of the projects that the students come up with, too.
You know, it's crazy because there's 15 things submitted, and I just found it crazy that 8 of them were 2D and 7 were 3D. So there's a really nice mix, and so the judges knew what they were doing. And I wanted to say, too, the judges, I want to thank them, publicly for helping me out with this. But what we do is we put numbers up by each work, so the public judges have no idea whose works they are. They just go on their own merit and what kind of catches their eye. So, and the competition this year was really tough. I had, it was so close. I wish they all could go.
Absolutely. And that show is going to be in Hampton on Friday. And when we come back on Wildcat News, brought to you by Northwest Bank, we're going to talk about what the show and what the experience will be like for those 15 students on Friday. That's when we return after this 30-second break here on KHBT. This is Wildcat News. Welcome back to Wildcat News on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank. My guest this morning is Deb Miller, Humboldt High School art instructor. We're talking about the North Central Conference Art Show, which is this Friday in Hampton. And Deb, once those students get to go to Hampton on Friday, what will they be experiencing?
Well, hopefully not snow. Alex, I did not like your forecast at all.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's supposed to be spring. It is April.
I know. No, we board the bus at 7:30 on Friday morning, and then we make the trip to Hampton. And the show is going to be held at their old middle school. I think it's been transformed into a church now. I'm not sure, but it's the old middle school. And the show will be set up, so there'll be 150 works. I go tomorrow to set up the Humboldt show. And those 150 works will be viewed by the students, and then they'll also attend 2 sessions with guest artists, and then we have a banquet and an awards ceremony.
What's it like for them to be able to meet the other students from the conference and be able to exchange ideas with them?
It's really neat. It's really fun to see them interact, with other students. And, I just have to put in a plug in because I'm always so proud of our Humboldt kids. They just represent us really well. And it's just a neat experience, just like an athletic event, how you intermix and a music event. It's just, just another way for them to meet other kids. It's a fun deal.
And I think like an athletic or a sporting event, just to have that opportunity to have your talents showcased in front of other people too.
Right. And it's really neat because a lot of times it's a whole different mix of kids, and some of them they see in other events, but sometimes it gets to involve another group of kids that maybe not excel in music or in sports, so it's fun.
Do they enjoy getting that feedback too?
Yes, I think it's really neat because it's from somebody other than Mrs. Miller. It's just kind of fun to have somebody that's an actual professional artist, look at their work and to be judged.
And there is a banquet that night too. And additionally, there'll be some awards given.
Right. Actually, the banquet's at noon. Yeah, because we have to get them back for golf and all that other stuff. So, no, it's at noon, and then the guest artist is usually the judge, and then they pick a best 2D overall, best 3D, and then best of class. So it's quite an honor, but I always remind my students, it's not about the competition, it's about the education of it. We educators need to say that somebody else could come in and pick something totally different. So I just think it's the whole learning value.
The NCC Art Show will be Friday in Hampton. That was Deb Miller, Humboldt High School art instructor. Thanks for coming in this morning, Deb.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That was Wildcat News here on KHBT, brought to you by Northwest Bank.
This has been the Northwest Bank Wildcat News Program, presented every Wednesday at this time by Northwest Bank.